All right, we have a qualification for the 4th of July tournament, the 2023 version. So we have Monday's qualification round, so it's practice day. I'm not anticipating on qualifying today, but I might. I do have some basic notes for every hole, but I don't have one for the second shot on several of the holes because I haven't figured out what I need to do to get to where I want to be, and I don't know where I want to be is at. How do you like that? Hole number 1 in this tournament, if I can get to it, if I can get to Tommy's site. That pit stop. Let's see if they're finally up. They're probably up by now. When I first started shooting video for this particular tournament, this 4th of July wasn't up yet. It is now up. Maybe. The holes are not up yet. So we're going to use our pit stop so we at least have a look at the hole. So hole number 1. Hole number 1. I'm trying to get as far as I can up in this area, right? I really would just want to get off here so I have a chip to get on. I think if you hit it straight out here to the end, you got a really nice shot at it. And you can kind of skirt along this to try and get out in this area, but I think it's a little more dangerous than just trying to lay yourself up out here. I have no idea what it'll take to get out there. On my notes I say extra mile or APOC. I'm sure it's probably an APOC. I'm sure. I'm going to take a power 3-ball. I'm going to take a Titan. The king of balls. I think I'm going to need an APOC. But I don't think I need all of the... We'll have to look at it. We'll go look. We're going to play rookie. Entry fee. $10K. Alright, here we go. We got the wind going with us, so this will help us. Alright. I think if you bring out a bigger power ball, you can get over to the other side and then you can kind of like write your own deal on it. But it does feel to me like you can get this done with the power 3-ball depending on the wind. Maybe. We're going to find out right now. You can. Look at that. Okay, I only need a couple topspin. Slightly less than 3. And I'm going to put 3. I'm going to put 3 in a sliver. 4. If I do 10%, that'd be 4, 5. That's 3 rings. If I can make it past these first 2 bounces, I should be all right. I think a perfect would have been right on the edge, and anything great to the right might have been. I might have been in trouble. And I think if you bring out a bigger power ball, you can just start off on the other side. You can actually pull back a little bit from the red line. So if you're on a headwind day, you can take the wind out. You can still take the wind out, and you can go over there and you can just make that shot so that you can hit it every single time, and you're in the same spot. My opponent is in a nice spot. Nice. Very nice. I'm still in I still got a little bit of work to do. Okay, there's max. So that'd be mid. So I'm in mid club, so it's 2.8 divided by 2.1, 1.33 rings. $1.33. Where's that put me? I can live with that. And I hit a grate, not a miss. I might have been able to pick up a grate on the other side, but not a grate on that side. Arrgh! Right there. That's the right spot though. I could get a little teeny bit closer, but that is a high percentage. Got to hit a perfect shot, but it can't be done. I think you can enhance that shot in every way if you went out there with a bigger power ball though. Because you won't have to do any overpower on the drive. I'm going to tank my putt. So we will not qualify today. Let's just make that decision right here at the very beginning, because I want to go through and not have to stress out about am I or am I not. We've pulled the ripcord. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2. My notes say need hole in one, and I've got it circled like a bunch of times. And I think, if I remember correctly, that we have a rough bump here that we can do. And I'm using a sniper and a katana. 3 backspin, 3 right-hand side spin. Run it 1 square through the cup, and we're at mid club. That is the beast. All right, I need a sniper and a katana. A bag with a sniper and a katana. Or it's katana, as my buddy Dale Appleby likes to say. All right, it's 1-to-1. And I'm doing just straight up 1-to-1. I don't have anything else on here. I go first. Of course, I go first. 3.63 rings. And it was 3 back and 3 right. Or 3 back and 3 right. Yeah, right would probably be better. Probably work better. 3-6-3. There's the 3, 6. And I started off with the 3. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get that in the hole. Just a little bit outside. +0, +0.1 to the cup. All right, we're dialing it in. My notes say 3 right. I don't know why I put left on there. I'm not sure what my opponent put on as far as spin, but it seems like I was a little bit more to the left, but I could be wrong. I was trying to get as far to the left as I could with 3 side spin to give myself a bigger breathing area Trying to make it so that if I caught a great to the right, I would still hit the rough. But if you catch a great to the left when you do that, you're in big fucking trouble. Because you'll end up in the rough. It's a fine line. Perfecto. All right, back to the drawing board. My notes for the next hole say extra mile, power 3 minimum. I'm doing plus 20 in headwind and tailwind, like pure headwind, pure tailwind, plus 20. I don't know what I'm doing at side to side. Looks like I'm getting down into my Hornet. 1 per ring, plus 0.3. I think this is another one of those holes that if you bring out a ball that's got topspin boost, it's good for you. Hole number 3. Which way is the wind blowing? Favorable. Favorable. Yeah, we want to try and get all the way down here so that we have this shot coming up. We actually take the rough bump out. There is a rough bump. If you land here, you've got several options. If you bring a Goliath, if you commit to a Goliath, there is a rough bump. But you can get up here into short iron range and get out of it if you can get far enough up there. I'm going to bring a Goliath just because I want to see what the shot looks like with a Goliath. And I think to get to the other side, my notes say extra mile, power 3 ball. Let's switch that up. Let's make sure let's switch that up to a go. Oh, I can't switch here. I gotta go back. I tried. To no avail. Right. I'm gonna switch. I might as well switch the ball on here. We're gonna use a power 3, and I think side spin is a issue on the drive. So we'll bring a Kingmaker, Heartbreaker. Let's go play practice. I gotta remember to miss my putts. If I get up there and have to take a putt, I need to tank it. If I can get an opponent. It should be anybody who's playing the Ricky tournament right now. We should be able to get matched up. Anybody. Hole number 3. Hole number 3. 1.2 times whatever the wind is divided by 2.1. I think a Titan would be better. Trying to make the wind bigger. They hit it straight forward and don't hit it great to the left, they'll be fine. 1 ring great to the right shouldn't kill them. That should be nice. Very nice. Let's see if we can beat that. 436. Let's see if we can get farther. Drive farther. Swap the ball out. Let's bring out a Titan. The king of balls. That's right. Isn't it perfect? See if I can make it over and not end up too far. El Perfecto. That might be in my short iron range. 442. Driving it. when you hit it down that far, you take yourself out of the rough bump range. I suppose you could still do a rough bump from there and bring it back around and do it on the curve. But really, you're trying to get into your short iron range so you can really go for it. Now, I should have, because I'm in my auto account, I should have a Hornet, and I'm playing at 1.0, 1.3, 1.9. And it looks like I should be in my max Hornet. I'm doing plus 0.3. Whatever the wind is, plus 0.3. If I'm in max club. I should be pretty close. There's max. There's min. There's mid. Yeah, I might be in mid club. So it's 3.9 divided by 1.3 is 3, so it's 3.3. Couple backspin. Right up on it, 3 rings. 3.3. There's 3. 2.5, 3. Hitting it dead center perfect. Dead center perfect. Woo! In the hole. Man, I was glad that I was afraid it wasn't going to roll out there, and I moved it forward just a bit, and I'm lucky that bounce hit in there. Otherwise, it would have went another mile. In the hole. Alright, this round's not going to count since I tanked the first shot. Alright. And almost, even though I tanked the first shot, it might almost be good to, okay, this hole right here, I believe I can get this done with an APOC, my number 5 bag, and a Kingmaker. Now yesterday I put on 2.5 topspin, and today I'm going to eke it up to like 2 3/4. The more topspin you put on, so like I was trying to explain this yesterday, I'm not sure I did right. So you got bounce, here's where your hit starting, and you got bounce number 1, and you got bounce number 2. So the distance between bounce number, where you started and bounce number 1 is farther than bounce number 1 to bounce number 2. But when you use topspin to stretch it out, now you've changed, so like on a shot where you're trying to go to the left like we are on this hole, we can go look at it. Pretty sure it's the hole. Pretty sure. Yep. So we're trying to bring it around to the left, starting off right here and coming here. So if we use more topspin, that means our starting spot's a little different, and how far we'll go from here to our second landing spot's a little different, so it pushes us out. And we're really close to this rough down here, so we have room in front of us to get closer to it, but if we put on too much, we'll actually end up in it on a slightly different trajectory on the inside. Maybe that made sense. Maybe it did. Maybe that made sense. There we go. Okay, APOC, 2.5 rings off, 2 3/4 top spin, 3 left-hand side spin, plus 10 on the drive. 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.5. 1.5 rings. And 2 3/4. Two and a half rings off, 1.5 rings. Max curl. Isn't it perfect? And I caught the slide. Everything was perfect until I caught that slide. Now you can run all your topspin up and try and blast yourself through that. So if you catch the slide, you can try and blast yourself through it. That is another way to go. My trajectory is actually not that bad. a 4 side spin ball would help me out here, but the deal there is that you can only put on so much top spin with a 4 side spin ball, so you have to commit to 4 side spin and then however much top spin you can get on. But I believe that in the past, like in my 77 account, because I have some bigger side spin balls, I have some 3 power 5 side spin balls. I'll probably use those because you can get right off the green with a 4 side spin ball. And you can do that. All I have to do is hit this perfect and it goes in the hole. That is the my consolation prize. I got to be in the 16 per ring range. There's max, there's mid, there's quarter, there's eighth. So 3.7 divided by 16 is a quarter of a ring. Which is pretty easy. Quarter of a ring. Where's that put me? Right off the outside edge of the cup. And 75,000 rings great to the right. Good distance. Gotta have, there's always a silver lining. Come on. Come on. Lose count. All right, we gotta miss the putt. Unless my opponent makes it, which they very well could. They're in another situation where it's very little adjustment with that wind. All they gotta do is hit it perfect. But they didn't set it up right. On a perfect, mine would have went in. Guaranteed. All right. What are we on? We're on hole number 5. My notes say Sniper Katana. This must be another one of those. I'm at mid club, 1.1, and I'm doing plus 0 minus 0.2 to the cup. So I need a sniper and a katana. Sniper and a katana. This wind works great for us. Sniper and a katana. 2 left-hand side spin. 1/4 top spin. Minus 0.2 to the cup. Whatever the wind is. Oh no. Oh no. Are we going to get somebody? Are we going to get a replay sooner or later? I'm betting that sooner or later we will get a replay. I still haven't went and looked to see if the new feature is available yet. I think it is, but I haven't went and perused or even went to go find out where the hell it's at. Okay, so I'm doing minus 0.2 to the cup. So if this was my wind, I'd be doing 4 at 1.1 per ring. So it's whatever the wind is divided by 1.1 minus 0.2. And I am doing 2 left-hand side spin and just a titch of top spin, like 1/4 of top spin. And I hit the flagpole here the other day. I ran through the cup just a little bit too far. I thought it was going up the hill and it was going to slow down, and it actually sped up a little. They were close, but that was off. Okay, 2 left. Just a touch of topspin. Okay, 3. 3 is a 252. There's 2.5. 2.5. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. Not enough steam. Not enough steam. And I didn't pull it enough. So I needed to do probably just a straight up shot right there. Arr. Arr. I think yesterday we might have had a little bit of... No, we had headwind yesterday. All right, birdie. Birdie. Oh, I should have missed the putt. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Thinking we're at hole number 6. Hole number 6, extra mile. Power 5 ball. And my notes say power 5 topspin boost. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. This is not hole number 5. Maybe it is. Hole number 6. Yeah. Which way is the wind blowing on hole number 6? That wind's not helping or hurting us, but I think I need helpful wind in order to make it with a regular power 5 ball. And I don't have a lot of power 5 balls in this account. This one does have topspin boost, and I think that's what I need on it, but I'm not gonna, I don't know that I want to waste one in a round I'm just practicing. I may do as a secondary shot, just see what it looks like on the other side. What's up, baby?
I'm okay too.
All right, I'm back. Jeez. It was only a few minutes, but that seemed like it was like hours. All right, what are we on? We're on hole number 6. Hole number 6, and I am not going to bring out the power 5 ball because the wind's not really going to help me, and I don't have enough in this account, so I'm going to take the other way, and let me think about this. We'll just go play it. I don't think you need a big wood, but I won't know until I get out there. I can't remember. And it is my shot. Now I can't try and drive it down to the end, but I think getting over to the other side is the way to go. I think you can overhit it as well. There is a little bit of a hill up there. In a worst case scenario, I'll clip the rough. On a one ring great to the right, I might clip the rough. Right here on the second bounce, right there. I clipped it. I did clip it. I did. It probably saved me. If I hadn't clipped it, I think I would have. I had max topspin on there. I think I would have bounced off on the other side and been in the rough. I made it shit almost halfway, clipping it. So I could have spread that out a little bit and gone a little bit more to the right and tried to bleed out right there. It's not quite as good as the shot that I'm taking with the Power 5 ball going straight forward, but it's in the range. It actually might put me in Goliath range. I think my opponent had that same idea. Sniper. I don't think I have enough. I don't think there's enough topspin with a sniper. Plus 20 to the cup. 1.2 times 3.1. 3.72 rings. There's 372 exactly. Isn't it perfect? Just a bit of an underpull and a little teeny bit last topspin or whatever I did on spin. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just doing the shot. Sniper range. I suppose if you brought a horizon there, that would be the lipness test. You'd want to come to this hole with a Goliath and a horizon in your bag, so you could check out that rough bump. I'll have to go back and watch that and see what I did. That wasn't where I was anticipating I'd be. I'm not sure I was even looking at the right notes. Because I have the same notes written down on the next hole. Extra mile Power 5 ball. That's all I have written down, but it's very similar to the Extra Mile Power 5 ball topspin boost that's on the one right above it. Very close. Maybe my notes are right. All right, let's go check out hole number 7. All right. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. We have a headwind. We have a headwind. All right, hold on. Let me look at this hole. This hole was that hole that we just played was a par 5, and I did do plus 20 to the cup. So I'll have to go back and see what the pool was on that, like where I was and how I did it. I'll critique myself. I probably made a shit ton of mistakes. I do the math by hand, so I make a shit ton of mistakes. Some days I get it all right, and some days I get it all wrong. Some days I'm 50-50. Hole number 5. What is hole number 5? That's a par 3. Okay, I think I got them all now. So we're on hole number 7. All right. This is another hole. Which way is the wind blowing? That's a shitty one for us. This is another hole that you can bring out, and the way I normally play it is I bring out a bigger ball and I try and go for, there's a rough bump over here, and you can rough bump it out and just try and end up out in front. You got a short, like a mid wedge to the cup. You can get almost as close if you can get over into this area right here. So in headwind, there is a rough bump you can do off of this and then try and bring it around and pull it into this area. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. That's what I'm going to be doing. I have no idea where that'll put me. I have no idea. That's why we're practicing today. But I am going to help myself and at least bring myself out a Power 3 side spin ball and an APOC. we'll take our normally scheduled stuff. Let's make sure. I had a bag the other day that had I usually call them my usual suspects, the wedge, the rough iron, and the sandwich, because those have been the same for about as long as I've been shooting videos. There's not much that's going to move me off of them. I pulled the Nirvana out and tried a off-roader 7 for a while, but it wasn't quite as good. Alright, here we go. Here we go, hole number 7. I have no notes for this, so this is one of those holes where I think every time you take it, you gotta set it up for the current conditions. And it would help if you brought out a power 5 ball, because then you'd be able to dictate more favorable conditions more often. And that wind's not that bad. It's 1.5 per ring. So there's 3. I'm going to go a little more. That should work. As long as it doesn't go too far. Alright. I think from this angle that it's not optimum. Like, that's not an optimum area to be in. Because I think that sand's in my way and it like interferes with my shot. I have to put on more backspin than I want in order to get around it, or more side spin to get around it, or I think that sand comes into play. I'd obviously like to be all the way to the right, way up in the tip. And you can get up there. You just need to bring out a bigger power ball. My opponent hits it perfect. And they are right out there with me. I think they're closer though. And I think they're to the right of me and closer. Yeah, just a little. And even a little, you can see like they got the right angle where they can come at it. I'm pretty close to that same spot though. There's Max. There's Min somewhere back there. There's mid. I'm in mid club. So it's 3.5 divided by 1.3. It's 2.7 rings. If I did a straight up shot, put on a couple backspin. .7 rings. I may miss it, and that's all right. I got it. Didn't pull it quite enough. That was just a straight up shot where I was at in club. I was in mid club. 1.3 per ring. 3.5 wind. 2.7 rings. 2.69 to be exact. But who's counting? So let's make a note here, since I got my notes right in front of me. Wow, second shot. Plus 10 to cup. I would have did plus 10 there. 1.1 times. It would have been 2.9. It would have been 3 rings. It was 2.96 versus 2.7. That would have put me closer. Let's start at 10 and we'll work from there. We will work from there. All right, so I have some more on my notes. Look at that. Let's tank this putt. My opponent's like, what just happened? What just happened? Especially during a qualifying round. Dude, you just screwed yourself, man. What's going on? All right, hole number 8. Hole number 8. My notes say Sniper Quasar. Let's set up a bag first. Let's set up a bag. Sniper Quasar. We're doing the par, and it says 3 backspin, 2 right hand side spin. Mid plus 10, 1 to 1 plus 0.2. So what the deal is I'm at mid club and it's a 1.1, and I was adding on 10%, so those balance each other out. Now it's just 1 to 1, and then I'm adding on plus 0.2 on top of that. So 1 to 1 plus 0.2. Par 3. Let's look at it. Let's glance at it just to make sure we're looking at the right hole. All right, we're doing a rough bump here. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. And that wind works good for us. Anything that's away from the sand. 1 to 1 plus 0.2. That's the deal. 3 backspin, 2 right hand side spin. I go first. Of course I go first. 3 and 2. Exactly. The wind plus 0.2, so 5 rings. Five rings. Five rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Not enough steam. That was my problem yesterday. I was in that same freaking area. I need to run it through. Even if I run it through and it goes way past the hole, I need to make sure I put enough topspin. Run it through. Run through. I'm going to make a note on here. Hole. Because I don't know if that trajectory is right. I think what it's doing is it's slowing down, it's braking to the right. But if it had the right speed, that trajectory might be right. I don't know because I haven't made it to the cup yet. Arrgh. Okay. Now my notes for the last hole, I have notes for the first shot, but I have nothing for the second. And I made that putt. What the hell was I thinking? What was I thinking? Dang it. I hear the train a-coming. It's coming round the bend. Hole number 9. Hole number 9. Which way is the wind blowing? We got favorable wind here. Favorable wind. It's on our side of the fence. And this is a hole that if we bring out, if you have a topspin boost ball. So I'm going to play it with a big topper because I'm going to just use a power 3 ball, and I don't have any topspin boost power 3 balls, so I'm just going to hit it out to wherever I can hit it out to. Now I clipped, the deal is that the distance down in here, if you hit it if you draw your line across here, anything on the right hand side, you got to hit it farther forward in order to clear. And yesterday I hit a 2-ring grate to the right and clipped it. And anything grate to the left, you take the risk of your first bounce getting in, but then you clipping this on the way around the bend. So trying to be in this little lane that's in the middle and going in this direction so you can avoid this shit. I want to get in front of this tree because I don't want to be involved with that rough bump that's there. There is a rough bump that's there, but in order to get in front of that tree, I mean, you got to get like on that line is the new pin placement's back here behind it. So you need to get up into this area or pretty close if you got a ball that's got side spin. I don't know if I actually don't know if a power 3 ball, if I can get that far, but we're going to try it with a big Tapa. Now, I can get more forward distance with my Apocalypse on the drive. So like where I'm setting the drive up, like I'm back here going at it like this. Whereas with my APOC, I can get down here and I'd have to use max curl in order to bring it up, but I take the risk of I am losing some distance here. Am I losing more distance than I would make up with the extra topspin that the big topper's got? That's the question. That is the question. I'm going to take my number 5 back. What the hell? I'm going to try a blind curl shot with it. Maybe we can use that wind, and we got shit tons of curl. That's the other thing about a big topper too, is I might use my big topper because it's got lots of curl and I can use the wind with it. We're going to play these to the wind today. The truth is that on these holes, these are holes that Playdemic is a ball manufacturer. You can bitch about it all you want, but they are a ball manufacturer. And these are holes that if you brought out a bigger power ball, you could standardize the shot. So on days when there's headwind or days you'd pull back from the red line, you'd give yourself 3 or 4 or 5 rings ahead of you to be able to pull out unfavorable wind and set your shot up there every time. So that every day you ended up in the same spot, so then you could really work on the second shot. The problem with taking these hero shots is that like every day I'm in a different spot, so I'm reinventing the wheel every day. But they are fun. Some days you get on, so like you can go into a tournament and you can play this shit, and then everything's just like falling into line, and you're just on track that day, and everything falls. You really like those to be in the weekend round. Right into the sand. Right into the sand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you still got some work to do from there, son. Still got some work to do. Now it's 5 rings off. And the wind's gonna push me. That is 7-5. I cannot believe that the wind will push me forward that far. There's 4-5 plus a little. Let's put the forward movement back on that. Hitting it perfect. And see if the wind pushes me so far forward that I clip the rough. It did. Look at that. I left myself 7-5. And it still pushed me in. Now I'm in worse shape than my opponent, which is okay. It's a practice day. I have different stuff in my other account, so I have 3 power topspin boost balls, and you can go out there with a big topper and you can run it all the way up to the tip of that if you got that, and you don't have to do anything heroish. You don't even have to do any overpower. It helps if you've got a bigger power ball, like a 4 power ball that's got topspin boost, because on headwind days you do have to adjust it a little. Where I really want to get is just like somewhere out in front of that tree. So like maybe up in that area. Like about 3/4 of the way up is where I'd really like to get. My opponent got caught in that sand back there, but that's just a matter of them not bringing it around the bend enough. If they could get to that point, they could help themselves and bring her. Let's see what the shot is from out here. I don't even know what this shot is. I don't even know if this shot's worth going through all this trouble for. You can hit to the other side and there is a rough bump under that tree, but it is really, really sketchy. And I'm still where am I as far as club? Oh, I'm at minimum club. We're eking towards min. Minimum grizzly. It's 2 rings. If I didn't add on anything, just 2 rings. Hitting it perfect. Did I make the last one? In and out. Look at that. It's 1.9 per ring at min. And so 2 times 1.9 is 3.8, and it was 3.7. So I just did 2 rings. 2 rings. Dos. All right, there you go. That was the last practice, so we'll have to. I may play my 77 account today, and I might practice one more time with that, but I probably just play it. I think I got everything down. I got the ball inventory in there so that I can do some of those shots. Got a little bit of info on the shots to the cup. I think it's good. All right, thanks for watching. Everybody have a great 4th of July tomorrow, and everybody stay safe and nobody get burnt. Thanks for watching.